Samuel, 1 Samuel chapter 1. Elkanah and his family. There was a man named Elkanah who lived in Ramah in the region of Camp in the hill country of Ephraim. He was the son of Jeroham, son of Elihu, son of Tohu, son of Zab of Ephraim. Elkanah has two wives, Hannah and Peninnah. Peninnah had children, but Hannah did not. Each year, Elkanah would travel to Shiloh to worship and sacrifice to the Lord of the heavens armies at the tabernacle. The priests of the Lord at the time were the two sons of Eli, Hobi and Phinehas. On the day Elkanah presented his sacrifice, he would give portion to the meat to Peninnah and each of her children. And though he loved Hannah, he would give her only one choice portion because the Lord had given her no children. So Peninnah would taunt Hannah and make fun of her because the Lord had kept her from having children. Years after years it was the same. Peninnah was toward Hannah as they went to the tabernacle. Each time Hannah would be reduced to tear and would not even eat. "Why are you crying, Hannah?" Elkanah would ask. "Why aren't you eating? Why be downhearted just because you have no children? You have me. Isn't that better than having 10 sons?" Hannah's prayer for a son. Once after a sacrificial meal at Shiloh, Hannah got up and went to pray. Eli the priest was sitting at his customary place beside the entrance of the tabernacle. Hannah was in deep anguish, crying bitterly as she prayed to the Lord, and she made this vow: "O Lord of heaven's armies, if you would look upon my sorrow and answer my prayer and give me a son, then I will give him back to you. He will be yours for his entire lifetime, and as a sign that he has been dedicated to the Lord, his hair will never be cut." As she was praying to the Lord, Eli watched her, seeing her lips moving but hearing no sound. He thought she has been drinking. "Must you come here drunk?" he demanded. "Throw away your wine." "Oh, no, sir," she replied. "I haven't been drinking wine or anything stronger, but I am very discouraged, and I was pouring out my heart to the Lord. Don't think I am a wicked woman, for I have been praying out of great anguish and sorrow." "In that case," Eli said, "go in peace. May the God of Israel grant the request of you have asked of him." "Oh, thank you, sir," she exclaimed. Then she went back and began to eat again, and she was no longer sad. Samuel's birth and dedication. The entire family got up early the next morning and went to worship the Lord once more. Then they returned home to Ramah. When Elkanah slept with Hannah, the Lord remembered her plea, and in due time she gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, for she said, "I asked the Lord for him." The next year, Elkanah and his family went on their annual trip to offer a sacrifice to the Lord and to keep his vow, but Hannah did not go. She told her husband, "Wait until the boy is weaned. Then I will take him to the tabernacle and leave him there with the Lord permanently." "Whatever you think is best," Elkanah agreed. "Stay here for now, and may the Lord help you keep your promise." So she stayed home and nursed the boy until she was weaned. When the children was weaned, Hannah took him to the tabernacle in Shiloh. They brought along a 3-year-old bowl for the sacrifice and a basket of flour and some wine. After sacrificing the bowl, they brought the boy to Eli. "Sir, do you remember me?" Hannah asked. "I'm the very woman who stood here several years ago praying to the Lord. I asked the Lord to give me this boy, and he has granted my request. Now I'm giving him to the Lord, and he will belong to the Lord his whole life, and they worshiped the Lord there. 1 Samuel chapter 2. Hannah's prayer of praise. Then Hannah prayed. My heart rejoices in the Lord. The Lord has made me strong. Now I have an answer for my enemies. I rejoice because you rescued me. No one is holy like the Lord. There is no one besides you. There is no rock like our God. Stop acting so proud and haughty. Don't speak with such arrogance. For the Lord is a God who knows what you have done. He will judge your actions. The bow of the mighty is now broken, and those who stumbled are now strong. Those who are well fed are now starving, and those who are starving are now full. The childless woman now has 7 children, and the woman with many children wastes away. The Lord gives both death and life. He brings some down to the grave, but raises the other up. The Lord makes some poor and other rich. He brings some down and lifts other up. He lifts the poor from the dust, and he the needy from the garbage dumped. He set them among princes, placing them in seat of honor. For all the earth is the Lord's, and he has set the world in order. He will protect his faithful ones, but the wicked will disappear in darkness. No one will succeed by strength alone. Those who fight against the Lord will be shattered. He thundered against them from heaven. The Lord judged throughout the earth. He gave power to his king. He increased the strength of his anointed one. Then Elkanah returned home to Ramah without Samuel, and the boy served the Lord by assisting Eli the priest. Eli's wicked sons. Now the sons of Eli were scoundrels who had no respect for the Lord or for their duty as priest. Whenever anyone offered a sacrifice, Eli's son would send over a servant with a 3-pronged fork, where the meat of the sacrificed animal was still boiling. The servant would stick the fork into the pot and demand that whatever it brought up be given to Eli's son. All the Israelites who came to worship at the Synod were treated this way. Sometimes the servant would come even before the animal's fat had been burned on the altar. He would demand raw meat before it had been boiled, so that it could be used for roasting. The man offering the sacrifice might reply, "Take as much as you want, but the fat must be burned first." Then the servant would demand, "No, give it to me now, or I will take it by force." So the sin of this young man was very serious in the Lord's sight, for they treated the Lord's offering with contempt. But Samuel thought though he was only a boy, served the Lord. He wore a lion garment like that of a priest. Each year his mother made a small coat for him and brought it to him when she came with her husband for the sacrifice. Before they returned home, Eli would bless Elkanah and his wife and say, "May the Lord give you other children to take the place of this one she gave to the Lord." And the Lord blessed Hannah, and she conceived and gave birth to 3 sons and 2 daughters. Meanwhile, Samuel grew up in the presence of the Lord. Now Eli was very old, but he was aware of what his son was doing to the people of Israel. He knew, for instance, that his son was seduced the young women who assisted at the entrance of the tabernacle. Eli said to them, "I've been hearing report from all the people about the wicked thing you are doing. Why do you keep sinning? You must stop, my sons. The report I heard among the Lord people are not good. If someone sins against another person, God can mediate for the guilty party. But if someone sins against the Lord, who can intercede? But Eli's son won't listen to their father, for the Lord was already planned to put them to death. Meanwhile, the boy Samuel grew taller and grew in favor with the Lord and with the people. A warning for Eli's family. One day a man of God came to Eli and gave him this message from the Lord. I revealed myself to your sister when they were Pharaoh's slave in Egypt. I chose your ancestor Aaron from among all the tribe of Israel to be my priest, to offer sacrifice on my altar, to burn incense, and to wear the priest's vest as he served me. And I assigned the sacrificial offering to you, priest. So why do you scorn my sacrifice and offering? Why do you give your son more honor than you give me? For you and they have become fat from the best offering of my people Israel. Therefore, the Lord, the God of Israel, said, I promise that your branch of the tribe of Levi would always be my priest, but I will honor those who honor me, and I will despise those who think lightly of me. The time is coming when I will put an end to your family, so it will no longer serve as my priest. All the members of your family will die before their time. None will reach old age. You will watch with envy as I poured out prosperity on the people of Israel, but no member of your family will ever live out their days. The few not cut off from serving at my altar will survive, but only so their eyes can go blind and their heart break, and their children will die a violent death. And to prove that what I have said will come true, I will cause your two sons, Holly and Philip, to die on the same day. Then I will raise up a faithful priest who will serve me and do what I desire. I will establish his family, and they will be the priest to my anointed king forever. Then all of your surviving family will bow before him, begging for money and food. Please, they will say, give us jobs among the priests so we will have enough to eat. Chapter 3. The Lord speaks to Samuel. Meanwhile, the boy Samuel served the Lord by assisting Eli. Now in those days, messages from the Lord were very rare, and visions were quite uncommon. One night, Eli, who was almost blind by now, had gone to bed. The nap of God has not yet gone out. The Samuel was sleeping in the tabernacle near the ark of God. Suddenly the Lord called out, Samuel. Yes, Samuel replied. What is it? He got up and ran to Eli. Here I am. Did you call me? I didn't call you, Eli replied. Go back to bed. So he did. Then the Lord called out again, Samuel, again. Samuel got up and went to Eli. Here I am. Did you call me? I didn't call you, my son. Eli said, Go back to bed. Samuel did not yet know the Lord because he had never had a message from the Lord before. So the Lord called a third time, and once more Samuel got up and went to Eli. Here I am. Did you call me? Then Eli realized it was the Lord who was calling the boy. So he said to Samuel, Go and lay down again. If someone call again, say, Speak, Lord, your servant is listening. So Samuel went back to bed. And the Lord came and called as before, Samuel, Samuel. And Samuel replied, Speak, your servant is listening. Then the Lord said to Samuel, I'm about to do a shocking thing in Israel. I'm going to carry out all my threat against Eli and his family from beginning to end. I have warned him that judgment is coming upon his family forever because his sons are blaspheming God and he hasn't disciplined them. So I have vowed that the sin of Eli and his son will never be forgiven by sacrifice or offering. Samuel speaks for the Lord. Samuel stayed in the bed until morning, then get up and opened the door of the tabernacle as usual. He was afraid to tell Eli what the Lord had said to him, but Eli called out to him, Samuel, my son, here I am. Samuel replied, What did the Lord say to you? Tell me everything, and may God strike you and even kill you if you hide anything from me. So Samuel told Eli everything. He didn't hold anything back. It is the Lord's will, Eli replied. Let him do what he thinks best. As Samuel grew up, the Lord was with him, and everything Samuel said proved to be reliable. And all Israel from Dan in the north to Beersheba in the south knew what Samuel was confirmed as a prophet of the Lord. The Lord continued to appear at the Shiloh and give message to Samuel there at the tabernacle. Chapter 4. As Samuel's word went out to all the people of Israel, the Philistines captured the ark. At the time, Israel was at war with the Philistine. The Israel army was camped near Ebenezer, and the Philistines were at Epic. The Philistines attacked and defeated the army of Israel, killed 4,000 men. After the battle was over, the troops retreated to their camp, and the elder of Israel asked, "Why did the Lord allow us to be defeated by the Philistines?" Then they said, "Let's bring the ark of the covenant of the Lord from Shiloh. If we carry it into battle with us, it will save us from our enemies." So they sent men to Shiloh to bring the ark of the covenant of the Lord of heaven's armies, who is enthroned between the cherubim. Harbin and the Philistines, the son of Eli, were also there with the ark of the covenant of God. When all the Israelites saw the ark of the covenant of the Lord come into the camp, their shout of joy was so loud it made the ground shake. "What's going on?" the Philistines asked. What's all the shouting about the Hebrew camp? When they were told it was because the ark of the Lord has arrived, they panicked. "The God has come into the camp," they cried. "This is a disaster. We have never had to face anything like this before. Help! Who can save us from this mighty God of Israel? They are the same God who destroyed the Egyptian with plague when Israel was in the wilderness. Fight as never before, Philistine. If you don't, we will become the Hebrew slaves just as they have been ours. Stand up like men and fight." So the Philistines fought desperately, and Israel was defeated again. The slaughter was great. 30,000 Israel soldiers died that day. The survivors turned and fled to their tent. The ark of God was captured, and Hophni and the Philistine, the two sons of Eli, were killed. The death of Eli. A man from the tribe of Benjamin ran from the battlefield and arrived at Shiloh later the same day. He had torn his clothes and put dust on his head to show his grief. Eli was waiting beside the road to hear the news of the battle, for his heart trembled for the safety of the ark of God. When the messenger arrived and told what had happened, an outcry resounded throughout the town. "What is all the noise about?" Eli asked. The messenger rushed over to Eli, who was 98 years old and blind. He said to Eli, "I have just come from the battlefield. I was there this very day. What happened, my son?" Eli demanded. "Israel had been defeated by the Philistines," the messenger replied. "The people had been slaughtered, and your two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, was also killed, and the ark of God had been captured." When the messenger mentioned what had happened to the ark of God, Eli fell backward from his seat beside the gate. He broke his neck and died, for he was old and overweight. He has been Israel's judge for 40 years. Eli's daughter-in-law, the wife of the Phinehas, was pregnant and near her time of delivery. When she heard the ark of God had been captured and that her father-in-law and husband were dead, she went into labor and gave birth. She died in childbirth, but before she passed away, the midwife tried to encourage her. "Don't be afraid," they said. "You have a baby boy." But she did not answer or pay attention to them. She named their children Ichabod, which means, "Where is the glory?" For she said, "Israel's glory is gone." She named him this because the ark of God had been captured, and because her father-in-law and husband were dead. Then she said, "The glory has departed from Israel, for the ark of the God had been captured." Okay, and then we will go into the chapter 5. So those 4 chapters is talking about Samuel, how Samuel get born and then grow up, and how Hannah, his mother, to offered him to God. That's how he grew up with Eli as a priest, also is as a judge of Israel. But Eli was not a good judge, and his two sons even worse. They're overweight, and he's 98 years old, and Eli's died because he's overweight. That is shame. Alright, so that is today's Bible's learning. Hope everybody like it. God bless you, everyone. Let's see you tomorrow.